Alright guys, so we've come to the final episode in this series, and in this episode we'll be deploying our website to Netlify. So the first thing we're going to do first is to make sure that our project is stored on GitHub. So we can do that by going back to our code. I'll open my terminal and go to a new tab, and we initialize GitHub by saying git init. Then we'll add all our projects right here, and I can go back and just go to my repo. So click on create new repo, you get directed to a page that looks like this. Then we'll give it a name. I'll call it Carter Alex, and I'll leave mine at public. You can decide to leave yours as private, and we'll just create repository. So I'll scroll down and I'll copy all this command right here, and I'll also commit our project. So git commit, and I'll say first commit, and I'll paste in the commands that we copied. So I'll hit enter. So it's done. I can clear my screen now and I'll go back and refresh. All right, so our project is done on GitHub. So what we have to do next is to go to Netlify, and you can access that by going to netlify.com. I already have an account, but if it's your first time, you should just sign up, and the sign up process is easy. So I'll click on login. So I'm already logged in now, and I will click on add new site and import an existing project, and I will select GitHub. And if this is your first time, it should tell you to authorize you to put your password. So I'll quickly search for the project. I called mine Carter. I can type Carter. So it's this one right here. So select it, and let's give it a site name of Carter Alex. Let's check if it's available. So it's available. So leave all these steps and just click on deploy Carter Alex. So our site deploy is in progress, and I'll come back once it's done. All right, so our website is live. So let me just get rid of this one. I can open this one and bring it right here. All right, so we can toggle between the different sections, and everything is working fine. So the only thing that is not working right now is the forms. So before we test it out, I will go back to Netlify, and I'll go to forms right here, and I will enable form detection. So now that the form detection is enabled, we need to go to deploys, and I will quickly trigger a new deploy. All right, so it has been published, so we can go back here and refresh our website again, so we can test it out. So let me say John Doe, say John Doe at gmail.com. I'll say testing to see if this worked, and hit on save, and you can see that our form submission has been received. We can go back to our site, and if we go to deploys now and go to forms, you should see the form right here. So you saw the text, and you can also delete the submission as well. And you can also see that we have an extra spam prevention enabled because of, where is that? Okay, so because of this Netlify honeybot feed right here and this. So the last thing we want to do is to also send a notification to our email once we get a message from a client, because we don't want to come to our Netlify dashboard to check our submissions every time. So to do that, we'll go to our site configuration, and we'll go to emails and webhooks under notifications, and then we'll go to the form submission notifications and click on add notification and select this email notification right here, and want to listen for submission events, and this email right here is the email you want to notify. So I'll put mine and say lawrence6@gmail.com. Then you can also add the custom subject line. but I will leave that to you. Then for the form, you can see that we have a contact v1. So it depends on the form that you have. If you update your form to v2, you will see v1 and v2. So select v1 and save. And so anytime I do stuff like this, I just like to trigger new deploys just to ignore any issues that may arise. So it's currently deploying. I'll be back when it's done. All right, it has been published. So let's refresh again. I'll go to contact and let's test it out. So we say John Mark this time, and this will be John Mark at gmail.com. So let's say, hope you are subscribed, and let's hit on send message, and our form has been received. So first of all, before we check our mailers, also ensure that we got it right here. So we have 2 submissions right now. So if we go to our mail and if I refresh, you can see that the form submission also came in. So John Mark, the email, and hope you are subscribed. All right, cool. All right, guys, so we've come to the end of this series. And by following this series, I hope you now have a solid portfolio templates that you can customize to showcase your work and your skills. And as promised, the link to the GitHub repo is now available for free, and you can find the link in the description below. But one thing we as developers find tiring is that after we've added like 3 projects to our portfolio, we find it difficult to update the content. Luckily for you, I have created a tool called Portfolio Kit, which will help you combat this situation and also help you set up and launch your portfolio website effortlessly and have access to tons of customization. I'll leave a link in the description to check it out if you're interested. With that being said, I'll see you in the next video.